today I'm going to be sharing with you what I eat on a day where the day before that I just overindulged. So I'm always talking about the importance of balance and moderation and learning how to treat yourself and have foods that you really enjoy, and also knowing when to balance that out by having foods that are more maybe nutrient dense and making sure that you're hitting all the different food groups that you need to hit, that you're getting your vitamins, your fiber, your fresh foods, and all of that. So yesterday was just a very heavy day of eating for me, and I usually try to balance out. Like if I know that I'm going to be eating heavily for dinner, I try to have a lighter lunch, but sometimes life happens and I end up having a heavy breakfast, heavy lunch, heavy snack, heavy dinner, and by the next day, which is today, I'm just completely stuffed and feel like eating nothing. It's very important that you have moments where you have really big meals if that's what you want to do. If you're engaging in some type of like social activity, if you're eating with friends, with family, or if you're just really craving that pizza or that ice cream or that donuts or all of them. It's okay to have these moments. And when this happens, what you should really not do is tell yourself that your diet is ruined and that now you have to go on a detox diet, or you have to like fast for an entire day or do something like that in order to compensate. That is not at all the reaction that will be helpful. Another thing that's not going to be helpful is you telling yourself, well, things are ruined now. I ruined today anyway, so I'm just gonna keep on eating more and more. I'm gonna binge it. I'm gonna do all of these things because I just ruined everything anyway, and I'll start over fresh on Monday. You shouldn't be doing either of these things. Now, what you should be doing is you should be trying to find a balance on the next day, the next meal, in order to compensate a little bit for the excess food that you had. And your intention behind this is so crucial, because if your intention is, oh no, I feel so guilty for eating all of these bad foods and I have to eat good foods or eat nothing to compensate. That's not the intention that we're looking for. But if you're able to tell yourself, well, I had a very heavy day of eating and I am happy that I did. It was enjoyable. I liked all the foods that I ate, but today I want to listen to my body a little bit more, make sure that I'm not overloading it, make sure that I'm not going like past my fullness cues, and making sure that I am eating a wide variety of nutrients that maybe I didn't get the day before. So what I'm doing personally is really tuning in to my hunger cues today, and specifically my fullness cues. And usually in the mornings I have breakfast, and today I just am not hungry. So I'm not going to be having breakfast. And I know that probably my body has a lot of excess calories from yesterday, which is totally fine, but that just means that it has a little bit of extra energy to hold me off until lunch. And if I don't feel like having breakfast, I'm not gonna have it. Now, if I were to have been hungry, I would have had breakfast, because this is not about skipping meals to compensate. This is just about listening to what your body needs. And right now, I feel like my body needs a little break from food. So we're gonna go directly to lunch. For lunch, I decided to make some frozen veggies. That way they're already pre-cut. It's so much easier. And there's a different mix of veggies as well, which I really like. And I also decided to make some red lentils to go with that. I added some coconut cream to the veggies, as well as some curry, salt, and pepper. And then I added the drained lentils to the mixture with the veggies, added some more coconut cream, some more curry and salt. And that's it. I really enjoyed this meal. So what happened to me yesterday was that I had a very carb heavy day. Like I had pizza and pasta in the same day, had a lot of fat as well, and I don't think I had like a single vegetable throughout the day except the tomatoes on my pizza, and I had like a piece of fruit. But other than that, not much. So today, what I'm gonna focus on is getting a good amount of protein, and the carbs that I do get today, I want to make sure that they are whole carbs, not refined carbs like I got yesterday. And also I'm gonna make sure that everything tastes good and that I'm actually enjoying the food I eat. Like, the goal is not for me to eat a salad and be miserable all day, of course not, but I'm just going to try to gently incorporate these things and be like really mindful of the meals that I have today. And also, usually these are also the meals that my body is gonna naturally crave. So today I was just like really craving veggies, and I know that I wanted some type of legume with that, so that's why I decided on this lentil dish. So basically, if this happens to you, what you want to do is, first of all, don't feel guilty about anything. You enjoyed your night and you enjoyed your meals, and that's totally fine. That's absolutely normal in life. But what you do want to do is try to be extra careful about the signals that your body is sending you. Is it telling you that maybe it's a little less hungry? Is it telling you that it's craving maybe fresher, lighter foods? Maybe it's telling you that it doesn't want to eat your usual breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. Maybe it wants something lighter. All of these signals that you're going to be getting, it's really important to listen to them. And then another thing that you can do, the way that I did, try to balance out the macros that you had. So maybe let's say that you had a huge like steak dinner and all you had was like steak and fries. So that's pretty protein and fat heavy. So you want to make sure that the next day you're getting in plenty of like complex, whole carbs, plenty of fiber, and some fresh like vitamins, fresh fruit and veggies. That's going to be really, really important to focus on these things just to balance things out a little bit. If you ate a ton of processed foods, it's also a good idea to turn to more whole foods on the next day, again, just to balance things out a little bit. And I really want to stress that you should not be going hungry. The quality of the food that you're eating is way more important than the quantity. It's much better for you to eat full meals like you normally would, but just to be a little bit more mindful of the types of ingredients that you're having. So now I'm going to show you my dinner, and then I'll be back to talk about some more tips. So for dinner, I decided to pair some quinoa with some zucchini. So I'm just peeling, cutting the zucchini while the water boils. Sand and amber trees, 'cause it still feels like summer, but it's soaked in nostalgia slowly. All the leaves, they're turning brown, 'cause it still feels like summer, and I simply don't wanna see the cool wind sneak back in our town. 'Cause we lived when it was our bare feet, tan skin glistening beneath the heat. So I put in the quinoa 5 minutes earlier and then put in the zucchini. Yes, I am not a good aimer apparently. And I also cut up some tofu with herbs. To summer, I keep on forgetting, times learn how to fly, and before I know it, it passes me by. Oh, I don't know why when life is beautiful, I start to fear it'll slip through my fingers and just disappear. And also added like a few cherry tomatoes just to add a pop of color. So another thing that I want to share is that, so yesterday I wasn't able to kind of plan any of the meals to plan my day, but usually what I would do, if I know that I'm like going out to a restaurant or like going to get like drinks and snacks with a friend, or that I'm going to be having a very like rich, heavy lunch, for instance, I always try to kind of balance out the meals that I'm gonna have within the same day. And I find that my body kind of does this naturally by making me crave different types of foods, like more light foods if I've had like a heavy lunch, and heavier foods if I had like a lighter lunch for dinner. So I know that this kind of happens naturally, but until you kind of get to that natural state, it can be helpful to do this, to be a little bit more intentional with this, and to just think about the different macros. Think about what your body could be missing, what your body could be wanting, what you could be craving, but again, do so in a way where you honor your hunger cues, honor your fullness cues as well. Like if you're not hungry, don't force yourself to eat. But of course, if you are hungry, honor those hunger cues and just be a little bit more intentional with the food that you choose. So I really hope that this video was helpful. I hope that you enjoyed watching what I eat. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe, and see you on my next one, hopefully. Bye.